There's something that happens when a woman hits her 30s. The world starts telling her she should have it all figured out by now. Then you start getting marketed like your best years are behind you, that if she hasn't hit specific certain milestones, marriage, kids, career success, being financially stable, then something must be wrong. But let me ask you something. Who decided that? Because here's what I know for sure. The women who actually have it all, the ones who are glowing, thriving, stepping into their power, they didn't get there by playing small. They didn't let some imaginary deadline dictate their life. They stopped waiting for permission. They stopped explaining themselves and they started owning their power. And today in this video, that is exactly what we're going to be talking about. Because if you're in your 30s and you're still playing it small, I need you to hear me clearly, okay? It's time to stop. If you're new here, welcome. I'm Alyssa, and I am so grateful for my community here. If this is the first time you're seeing this video, welcome. And if you are already part of this tribe, welcome back. Women are trained from a very, very young age on how to be palatable, to take up just enough space to be accepted, but not too much to be intimidating. And let's be real, by the time we're in our 30s, that conditioning runs deep. We start making decisions based on what's appropriate for our age. We start dimming our own light because we're afraid of disappointing or outgrowing the people around us. But let's break it down because I need you to hear this. If you are staying small, you are betraying yourself, and it's the utmost highest level of betrayal. You are putting everyone else's expectations ahead of your own future. And let's be honest, where has that gotten you so far? Has it made you happy, fulfilled, and has it given you a life that you actually enjoy? Exactly. Which is why we're done with that today. Let's talk about how to change it. Releasing the pressure of timelines. One of the biggest reasons that women play small is because these imaginary timelines that we're put under. These invisible deadlines that sometimes ourselves, our family, and society put on us. By 30, you should be married. By 35, you should have kids. By 40, you should have a house and a career that's stable. And if you don't, oops, you failed. But here's the truth. These timelines were never made for you. They're made to keep you in line, to keep you in a structure, to keep you on a track that someone else has designed. But you are the designer of your own life. Let me hit you with some facts. Oprah didn't become Oprah until her 30s, okay? Vera Wang didn't design her first dress until 40. Julia Child didn't become a chef until 50. These women didn't look at some arbitrary deadline and say, well, I guess my time is up. So if you've been feeling like you're running out of time, I literally need you to stop right now. You are not falling behind or running late. You are exactly where you need to be. The only thing that matters is what you do next. How to step into your power today. It's one thing to say step into your power, but how do you actually do that in a way that's going to change your life? Because if it were easy, every woman would be doing it. The truth is, it requires work. Internal and external. But if you commit to these next steps, you'll look back in a year and barely recognize the woman you were before. I know because I have been there. This is me 13 months ago, okay? Over 235 pounds, not monetized on YouTube, not having any brand offers or brand deals. And this is your girl now, okay? Let's get into it. Start acting like the woman you want to be before you feel ready. One of the biggest lies that we as women tell ourselves is that we'll be better once we feel more confident. We'll do better once we have more confidence. But confidence isn't a switch. It's literally a muscle. And the way you build it, you start acting like the version of you that already has everything that she wants. Before you feel ready, before you get external validation, okay? Before anyone is giving you an applause, you move as if. Think of the most powerful, magnetic woman that you admire. The version of you that you dream of becoming. How does she start her day? What does she wear? How does she enter a room? How does she speak on camera? How does she handle the challenges that are thrown her way? Because she too will have challenges. If you want to be her, you have to stop waiting for her to arrive like some magical genie. You have to start acting as if you are already her today. Here's something that I want you to try. For the next 7 days, before you make any decisions about anything, big or small, I want you to ask yourself, what would the most confident, powerful version of me do? And then behave that way every single time for the next 7 days. This alone will change your entire presence. I'll give you an example. If you are driving and someone cuts you off and you want to be the type of woman that doesn't let silly things like that bother you because it can lead to road rage, could lead to murder, death, all chaos, right? But who you currently are gets really agitated and it really throws off your whole day. In that moment, ask yourself, what would the version of me that is the most powerful, evolved version, how would she respond to this? And move like her. And I promise you, you do this for 7 days, you're gonna notice a significant difference in your life. Stop explaining yourself. Silence is a power move. Powerful women don't over-explain. They don't justify their choices to people who likely don't even respect them. They don't feel the need to convince anyone of their worth. And this is where a lot of us get stuck. How many times have you felt the need to defend why you're single, why you left a job or why you lost a job, why you don't go out, why you're choosing to focus on you, why you don't drink anymore? The more you explain, the more you invite opinions that don't even matter. Instead, let your actions do the talking. When you stop explaining, you guys, something wild happens. You start to see who really is in your corner, who respects your boundaries, okay? Who values you without needing a 10-minute TED talk on why you made the decision that you made. And let me tell you this, it's liberating. For the next week, okay? Every time you feel this urge bubbling inside of your stomach, rising to your chest, to explain yourself, stop. Literally, stop and sit in the stillness. Give the simplest answer possible and let that be enough. Take up space unapologetically. Women are trained to shrink, to apologize when we're not even wrong, to take a seat in the corner of the room instead of the head of the table, to make ourselves smaller physically, emotionally, financially, energetically, to avoid making others feel uncomfortable. Enough is enough. Taking up space doesn't mean just standing up tall. It means owning your voice. It means knowing that you belong in the spaces that you're walking into. It means charging your worth, whether that's in your career, your business, or even in your relationships. It means no longer apologizing for being seen. Power of intentional isolation. Now, this is going to be uncomfortable, but this might be one of the most important things. If you're serious about stepping into your power, you're going to have to go through a season of isolation. And I don't mean forever, I mean intentional isolation. Because here's the truth, the woman that you are meant to be, she's waiting on you, but she can't get through all the noise, all the distractions, the endless cycle of overthinking. She needs you to be still for a moment. She needs you to get focused, and that only happens when you make space for yourself. I need you to hear me here right now. No more waiting. No more shrinking. No more playing it small because you're afraid of what people may think. This life, it's yours and yours alone. And if you don't start acting differently and moving like the woman that you want to become, you're going to wake up a year from now in the exact same spot that you are right now. And that is not an option. This is your permission slip, your wake-up call, your sign, whatever you need it to be. It's right here, right now. The next level of your life requires a new version of you. Step up, babe. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope it was helpful for you. Make sure that you are subscribed. A lot of you guys are watching my videos, but you're not subscribed. So if you like this content, if it's resonating with you, if it's helping enrich your life, make sure you subscribe, like, and comment. It lets the algorithm know that you're into this kind of content. And make sure you guys are following me on my social media handles. You kind of get to see more of my personality, my day-to-day life on my socials, my workout, fit, list, lifestyle. And I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!